you, pop stars. I'm Rizzo.
I'm Benji.
And we have passed 100,000 subscribers. We actually passed it a while back.
A while ago, we filmed a video of us opening the box, doing an unboxing, but the file unfortunately got corrupted.
It got corrupted. We were busy with Bridgerton. A lot happened. So we just decided to quickly refilm this. We will include that footage at the end during the credits, so it's there. Do you have anything to say to the pop stars, though, before we go into Q&A? This is your Academy moment, Benji. Do you want to thank the Academy?
Really like me.
It was low-hanging fruit, but obviously we're going to go for it. I just want to say, first off, a big thank you. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate us.
Okay, selfish.
What?
I love that you love me.
I'm very thankful that you pop stars have tuned in for all these years to watch us, to support us. You've taught us a lot in how we've interacted with you all, and I'm very thankful for that because I want it to just shape me as a better person in the future. And I feel like between getting to watch movies with my best friend and interacting with people I never would have connected to before, I have grown as a person. I just don't think would have ever happened otherwise. So I'm very appreciative of that. Obviously, 100K is amazing.
This has been something that's been a goal of mine since I was like 12 or 13, I don't know, watching YouTubers and like getting their plaques. And I was like, oh, that would be so cool to do YouTube and get a little plaque. So we did that, and I love interacting with all of you pop stars. I'm so glad you guys are here. I was actually just talking to my mom about this the other day because she loves to go through the comments and read them.
She does.
And she was like, your viewers are just so sweet. All the pop stars are so sweet. When you don't know something, they'll educate you and they'll give you all the background information for things that you don't know. And they're just in there making jokes and riffing with you guys. And I was like, yeah, we really just curated an audience of people that are just like us. So I was like, that's really fun. When we did the last part of Pride and Prejudice, because we had missed the end clip, and we were like, y'all, you can't get mad at us for doing a first time reaction and not knowing something about the thing that we're reacting to. You can't get so angry and feel like you can just tell us what to do. But then I was reading through the comments and everybody was like, yeah, get to work, you guys. Do what we tell you.
I do feel very lucky that our weird brand of humor is appreciated by other people. But I also never take for granted that this is an ever-changing landscape. So much about YouTube has changed in the last few years. But as we change, both Benji and I push each other to change with the times, with this channel, but to always kind of stay true to ourselves, which is we just enjoy movies. We enjoy movies and we enjoy people. And I think those two things have been consistent from the beginning to now. And it's something that we're going to make sure we curate until the end of time. Benji, let's get to the Q&A. 3, 2, 1, engage! All right, well, we'll start off with not a Q&A, but this is from Raina Caraway 440. Congrats again on 100K. Been a fan for a few years now, and this milestone for one of my favorite channels makes me so happy. Aww. My question is that while I know you guys love animated movies, I was wondering if you guys have any favorite animated shows, cartoons, anime, etc. Stuff from your childhood or stuff you enjoy now. Just has to not be live action. Much love, heart.
Yeah.
Do you have anything?
Well, I think we all know that I am a diehard Sailor Moon fan.
That he is.
That is.
Do you still watch it though?
Well, here's the thing. I grew up obviously with the English dub. It's very hard for me to watch things that are not the specific voices that I grew up with. I obviously am watching Sailor Moon Crystal on Hulu and like the new adaptation that they made. And I watch like the new English dubs that are more true to what the anime originally said, but I still have a soft spot in my heart for the ones I grew up with, but they're all on VHS. So no, I don't get to watch them that often until I get a VHS player, because one of them ate up a tape and I had to buy a new one. So.
Send Benji a VHS player that won't eat up. That's the answer to that.
What about you?
I like Invincible. You and I watched that show on Amazon.
Yeah.
I think that's the only consistent anime I watch now, but obviously Last Airbender is one of the best cartoons I've ever watched in my life. That's a show. And on that note, this is from the screenshot below. I don't know what their name is because it has no name. But this is from blank. First, congratulations on 100,000. Second, if you could bend one element, water, earth, fire, or air, and their subcategories, which one would you choose? Do we have the same one?
I know your answer.
Is your answer the same?
One.
Okay,
yeah.
so 3, 2, 1, water! Why, Benji?
because it can do amazing things.
It can do everything, including bloodbend, and I would not have any moral qualms with bloodbending.
I wouldn't either if I had to.
Not if there's an enemy.
No.
I'm not Batman. And also, Batman needs to get over his no-kill rule. But if I'm in the Airbender universe and someone's coming at me, their blood's about to be bent, that's it. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah, I just feel like water has great combat use as well as practical everyday use. Can you imagine if you could just ice your drinks at any given time?
That's what you want.
That's my main thing, is if I could just make ice cubes out of thin air, just...
That is all Benji wants.
That's what I want.
So get Benji a VHS player and some ice, y'all. This comes from Via Volterra. Completely hypothetical question. If you had the ability to make any movie ever, and this is a question a few people have asked, but if you had the ability to make any movie ever, what genre would it be and who would be your cast? Yeah, if you could redo any show or movie that you think didn't reach its full potential, what would it be? And that was from Via Volterra as well.
Off the top of my head, I want a queer vampire Romeo and Juliet period piece love story with musical wings.
What's musical wings?
Wing musical. Like, maybe it won't be a full musical.
What's
but
wing musical? Is that a term, or did you just pull that out of your ass?
No. It's like, you know how your the number thing, the personality test that was numbers.
Okay.
Where you could be like a 7 wing 9.
Wow.
It probably wouldn't be a full musical.
Okay.
But it would be like a Disney musical where there'd be like 3 or 4 really good musical moments in it. Yes. And casting, it would be me and everybody that I've ever liked.
Every handsome boy you've ever wanted to give kisses to.
And every wonderful woman actress that I've wanted to work with or be.
Yeah. If I could redo, or if we could have something redone, part of me wishes the Pirates of the Caribbean films could have stayed consistently good.
Ooh.
A lot of people would disagree with me on that.
Because they think they
don't think they were ever good. But I liked the first 3, as I've mentioned in our last Q&A, and I wish the 4th and the 5th could have been good. I just wish everything could be completed in the best way possible. I wish the 5th Rocky movie was better than it is. I wish Cars 2 was a little bit more consistent with Cars 3.
You just want like little tweaks here and there of different franchises.
Yeah, I love the Matrix movies. I'm one of the few people that I know that appreciates all 3 of them. I just think there are elements of those movies I wish could be tweaked. Not fully redone. I'm not like you. I do think that they're valid for existing, but I think they get just little tweaks, you know?
Twilight. You want to condense that down to 3 movies. You really like the first 2, and then you lose it on the last 3.
Well,
and
the
you're
third
just like,
one's atrocious.
If only I could just get that down to 1 movie, and then I could really just kind of move things around and enjoy it as a trilogy. So one last quick one that I would tweak. I would obviously give Ariel a dress in the end of the live action Little Mermaid.
Very fair.
This is from Karinov 9334. I think that was right. Hey, first of all, you guys are amazing, and you know it. Slay. I love that.
Why did you sound like a straight guy?
Slay.
Straight guy who's trying not to be found out in a gay club.
Like, wait.
That's
I was
the
like,
energy you
I
just
was like,
gave.
was there more of that? Sorry, you guys are amazing, and you know it. Slay. That wasn't much better. Which movie made you cry before? Because damn, you're a trooper. I relate so much to Rizzo because I'm known to shed tears all the time in movies.
So what is it? I know something that made you cry.
Is it a movie?
No.
Okay, well then I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
It's that goddamn Christmas song. What was it? The ballerina shoes?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what it is.
I don't know what you're talking about. If you can't remember it, then you don't know
I will search ballerina sad shoe song Christmas song.
I don't tell people because it's like my kryptonite. I don't want it.
Well, what do you think?
I don't want it.
Do you think our fans
against
gonna
me.
come up to us and then just start playing it?
Oh my God! You shot me in the f***ing eye. That really hurts. You.
No, I think that if they see this and then tell you what it is, then you're gonna start playing
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, but you won't find it. I don't think.
It's a sad shoe song.
It's literally.
I'm gonna find it right now.
It's literally called Christmas Shoes.
I told you, sad Christmas
You
shoe
would have found
song.
it immediately. I figured if I could gaslight you enough, you would think that you couldn't find it and you wouldn't search. Didn't fucking work.
Well, what's something that made you cry movie-wise before we ever even started rolling?
Before we were doing the show, nothing. I'm heartless.
My favorite thing that you've ever told me was watching the girls reacting to Ariel in the trailer singing for The Little Mermaid
That still
on TikTok.
gets me. If
I
think
just
about it
heard
too
your
much.
throat choke a little.
No, it didn't. Shut up. I don't cry.
Well, that's
I'm
a
fine
beautiful
with it.
thing to cry to.
I'm fine with crying. It's okay. I never was that person that was like, I don't cry. You can't cry. I just genuinely was like,
And then the internet made a big deal out of it because you didn't cry. And you're stuck with me who cries over
who cries
everything.
all the time.
This is from @Lily50821. No question, but oh my God, congratulations. You guys are absolutely hilarious, and I don't even know what my humor would be without this channel. Probably smarter. Benji, DGirl786 asks, what has been your favorite movie reaction so far and why?
Oh, okay. So I always off the top of my head say the first High School Musical because of when the first song hit and I just started singing because obviously I was like, we're watching a High School Musical, I'm gonna sing. But we had never done a musical before. Neither of us really knew what was gonna go on. I didn't know if I was gonna sing the whole thing. You didn't know if I was gonna sing the whole thing. You didn't know if I was gonna sing at all. And so
I didn't even
you
think
were just
about
kind
you
of sitting
singing.
there like, yeah.
I don't know how.
I don't know how you didn't know that was gonna happen. Anyways, just that first song, it's so funny to me. I watch it all the time.
Just my reaction to realizing, oh, this is gonna last forever.
And then finally shutting it off and being all like, this isn't gonna be the Benji sings while Rizzo stands there like a stupid silent bitch show. Okay, don't have to pause it, we're done. It's fine.
Hey. Okay. Look, I know we're very excited, but this is not going to be the Benji sings and Rizzo sits there like a stupid silent bitch show, all right? So grumpy.
It's Grumpus.
I love our 1-2 punch of the Princess Diaries and the Princess Diaries 2.
Yeah.
My favorite thing that we do in any of our reactions, and I think it's one of the reasons why I've always been resistant to the label of a reaction channel. I personally don't find much enjoyment in just watching someone watch something. I like to interact with someone. So I think my favorite videos of us are the ones where we notice something that no one's ever noticed before. And for me, just the discovery in the first one of writing this whole backstory for Joe.
Yeah.
That was fun. And then coupled with the second movie realizing
Genovia is
Genovia
ridiculous.
is goofy as hell.
And blaming Disney acting on Genovia specifically.
It's so perfect because then everything just slides into place. Like my favorite thing is if we make a realization that will hopefully color other people's realization if they ever rewatch it. So my goal
is to ruin the movie for
well,
you.
yes. My goal would be that you watch those Princess Diaries videos and you are incapable of rewatching the Princess Diaries without one, thinking to yourself, I wonder what Joe's backstory was. And two, why is everyone so Genovian? Like, I hope Genovia is not in possession of weapons of mass destruction. Because Lord knows the guy would bring in a sandwich one day and be like,
Uh-oh, my mayonnaise spilled on my key and on the
other key
switch
that you turn
and
at
I
the
just
same
gotta
time.
wipe them off.
and then,
oh, a bug is on the button. Oh no! Is that
Genovia
that's
sucks.
the thumbnail?
Genovia sucks. That's the... God, they're the worst. So those are... I could
You
name
like-
so many more.
Yeah, you like when we can riff and add something to it
Yes.
and kind of transform the way it's viewed. Okay, we have got Via Volterra, and they ask, are there any other creators you'd love to collab with? I feel like Benji and Internet Mom Ash would have the best time watching a musical. That sounds super fun, and I am totally down for that.
Yes.
Do you have anybody off the top?
Talia Harris also asks, which collab is your guys' favorite? I mean, so far, I really love the two collaborations that we've done. Both pretty much it, Eric, as well as Evan from Movies in Depth.
Yeah, we only collaborate with people whose names start with E.
Apparently. But we are very particular about who we collaborate with. For one, we have such an odd energy, so it's kind of hard to think about someone that could match that energy.
It is is, yeah, it's hard because we already talk a lot. So then when you add somebody in, it's like you want to get somebody who can hold their own
Yes.
with us, but then also we don't collab a lot because we're like, that person that can hold their own with us just is so much more talking that we have to
The editing,
edit down.
the pretty much it, She's the Man video.
It was, yeah.
That was quite a feat.
Yeah.
I will say that.
It was great though, and that was like your person. Obviously, I said this in the collab, but you were geeking out.
I was geeking
you
out.
You were excited.
That was probably, for me, in the range of what we already do, that was probably the top person I would have loved to collaborate with. But for our horror channel, anything with the Dead Meat family, I love all of them. I'd love to just meet Drew Gooden. I feel like that could be a fun podcast.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. Maybe a podcast is in the future where we get to just kind of casually talk with people. Who knows?
Yeah, because that can be a little bit easier than trying to hear a movie over 3 of us.
Yeah,
that's just too much.
We also said we would like to collab with Zavid, and Dylan's in Trouble would be super fun.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who's he?
All right, here's one from Virtually Veronica. But
sounds like a movie. That's a decom for real. Virtually Veronica.
Virtually Veronica says, "Congrats, Benji."
Hi.
Actually, no, she didn't say Benji. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
You need to take that away from me.
No, okay.
Go ahead.
Congrats. What new to you genre surprised you the most and have you come to love?
New to me.
Anything we've watched on this channel or the second channel that you found yourself enjoying or appreciating more?
Oh, just in general or on the channel?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to answer first? Because I feel like that might be easier for you.
Well, for me, yeah, there have been a lot of movies that you dragged me into tooth and nail, only for me to turn around and go, that wasn't that bad. Between Twilight and High School Musical,
Yes.
off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Not any of the 50 Shades, though. Those are atrocious.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No. But other than that, there have been a lot of girl movies that I've really enjoyed that I don't think I would have appreciated beforehand.
Girl movies. They're everyone movies, you know?
But what about boy movies?
I don't watch boy movies.
You didn't like Indiana Jones?
I didn't hate it. It was what I thought. I didn't hate it. It just was, it was cool and it was there, and I get your references now, which is fun. I like that.
Ass.
Okay, I would say I think you should leave. That one, I'm not a huge fan of the outrageous, ridiculous comedy.
The absurd
comedy.
Gen Z type.
That's not always my favorite, so I guess more of that individual show. I think that's more my thing, is less the genre, because I'm pretty open to most genres. And then if I like something in a genre that I don't typically like, it's usually just that thing. It doesn't open me up to the whole genre.
Right.
So it's more just outliers here and there. So I think you should leave. That's funny and quotable, and I can enjoy that. And I think there's certain things that grow on me. Obviously not Napoleon Dynamite didn't grow on me. I just didn't like that.
You heard it here first, yo. We have to watch Napoleon Dynamite on this channel.
No, we're not doing that.
We should.
No.
It'll be fun. I've watched girl movies.
Yeah, but boy movies don't do well here.
I know a few people have asked this. I feel like we've already talked about this.
What is it? I'll answer.
Okay.
I'll read it. Congrats on 100K.
Who's it from?
It is from I'd Race 615. I think that's what it is, or
Okay.
ID Race, but I'd Race 6157. Congrats on 100K with the little party popper emoji. Have you guys watched a movie or TV show where everyone said it was good, but you both or one of you hated it?
I know there's another person who I've screenshotted that has that
Question. I feel like I feel like yes. There has to be.
The easy answer for me could technically be Titanic, but even Titanic, I still appreciate a lot about it. It's a very well done movie. It's epic.
It's
well shot.
It's amazing.
I don't hate Titanic. I don't
Are you sure about
love
that?
it the way other people do.
And that makes you hate it when they push it on you?
I mean, I guess. Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Is there what about you? You just said Napoleon Dynamite. A lot of people do love that.
Yeah, I guess that is an answer, but I didn't go into that expecting to like it. So
That's fair. But because even Peanut 4668 asks what movie that you love that everyone else dislikes and vice versa. So do you have another one, a movie you love that other people dislike? And not just the Twilights, because people love those.
No, people love that. I will say a strong one that I didn't like that people loved was obviously Call Me By Your Name. Did not like the love story.
That is still our most controversial video on this channel.
People are very upset in those comments. And it's a very pretty movie visually. I just didn't like the love story, and that is what it is.
Didn't like it.
Yeah,
and
that's it. But we get arguments from that every couple months or so, vitriol, just people going, why could you not see this? And you just kind of want to say, hey, there's so many other things we like.
Just a movie.
I have one.
Okay, what?
I wasn't all that thrilled about the Halloween movie.
Oh, the original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on our second channel, I have fallen in love with some films I'd never expected to like. I mean,
The Thing.
you like The Thing.
I really enjoyed that, and I was surprised.
We've watched stuff that is still boring, and yet I'd still say I liked it. Like, we're still currently working on editing The Omen. Not necessarily my favorite, but I enjoyed it. I appreciate it. Halloween didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
The first one.
Because The Omen, I was like, I guess, like, still like the kind of mystery type of, oh, is my kid possessed or not? Those movies still kind of go the same way. It was just a little bit slower. But Halloween, the first one, I was like, slashers have come so far. Realistically, in real life, this is a terrifying story. But as far as like going into a slasher movie,
I don't care.
I appreciate what it did for filmmaking. Again, I don't hate it. But if someone said right now, hey, let's watch like a bunch of scary movies, let's start with Halloween, I would actively say no. Like, pass. I'm sure there are other Halloween movies I will like. I'm excited to tackle that series. But when we do, it won't be starting from the first one.
we've seen the first one now, so we can move on.
That's it. That's my answer to that one.
This isn't a movie, but this is one that I saw the potential of this thing before it got popular. And I always love to like humble brag about this one.
Okay.
The Little Einsteins theme song.
Interesting.
I loved that song.
That's so funny.
I would go to sleep watching Disney Channel in high school.
Okay.
And I would wake up and it would be on Playhouse Disney. And right as I was walking out the door, the Little Einsteins theme song would come on. And after a few weeks, I was like, this kind of slaps. So I would stop every morning and I would listen to it before. And then I like downloaded it on my phone so I could play it in my car. And I would blast that every day in high school because I loved that song. And then when they did the remix and it got super popular a few years ago, my little brother called me and was like, did you hear the Little Einsteins?
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you started that. And I was like, I did start that.
Quickly, I like the movie Wanted. Curving the bullets doesn't bother me. I think it's funny. I don't give a it's a fun movie. It's visually interesting. It came out in 2008, which was a fun year for me. I have good memories with it. That's it. Here's one that a lot of people have asked. I'm reading from Coca Lollipop, and a lot of people have asked this. If you could rewatch any movie or show, what would it be and why? And I think other
For the
people
first time?
kind of like saying if you could erase your memory. Let's
And
see if I can
watch it
find
again.
that.
Everything that I've ever liked.
Okay, well, it was Maggie Fox who said, what movie or show would you like to be able to watch for the first time again? Like, it was so good, you just want to wipe your brain so you can experience it all again.
There's always things I'm like, that was amazing. Wipe my brain and start over. When we watched Pride and Prejudice, I thought that for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, damn, I want to see that again for the first time right now.
We liked Pride and Prejudice, y'all.
But something, okay, so if I was going to erase my memory of something and watch it again for the first time, it would be something low stakes, like High School Musical. Probably not something like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Twilight, where I'm worried if there's gonna be a good outcome or whether somebody's gonna die.
Oh yeah, because you do not like that.
I don't like it. I enjoy those kinds of things much
what
better
a waste
the second
of a
time.
brainwashing.
Well, I'm not using it. That's why I'm gonna use it on other things that are a little bit easier. Of like,
what
this
a waste.
Is fun.
But then you would watch High School Musical and then you wouldn't even know the music lyrics.
Oh shit, yeah. So then no, I wouldn't use it.
Wow, Benji. Just a waste of question. I have a great answer for that because back in 2007 or 8, I was writing a script and it involved imaginary Let me rephrase this. I wish I could rewatch Fight Club. I had that spoiled for me by myself accidentally. Spoilers for Fight Club. But when I was Googling movies that have imaginary characters in it, that showed up at the top of the list and said, by the way, Tyler Durden isn't real. I have never been able to experience Fight Club for the first time.
Oh.
I hate that. There's a few other films like that, Sixth Sense, but Sixth Sense I actively told my dad to tell me the twist on. I thought, they'll never be old enough to watch a PG-13 movie.
I'll never, just tell me now.
But the Fight Club one still bothers me because I had somehow avoided it up until that moment, and I watched it no more than a month later. So I could have watched it for the first time, but just one
I hate that
poor
when,
Google.
When something happens right before. I wish I could have erased your memory for The Last Twilight and for High School Musical 3, because that would have been great to show you for the first time.
Okay, fair.
I could erase Bridgerton and watch again. That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Benji,
Yes.
Smith14 asks, Can we be best friends?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Let's go.
There you go. That done.
Done and done.
Another question from Sarah the Clumsy asks, soft or crunchy tacos?
Okay. I exclusively ate crunchy tacos growing up. You could not get me to eat a soft taco.
Got it.
Went to Mexico, Cabo, and had street tacos, and then became obsessed with soft tacos. But they have to be street tacos. If I'm going to Taco Bell, it's always a crunchy taco. Right.
I mean, both really. I like them both, but if I had to pick one, I like crunchy tacos, and I like those cheap shell crunchy tacos.
Yeah, I think if I'm going somewhere that's not super authentic, then I'm gonna do a crunchy taco.
Yes.
If I'm making tacos at home, it's probably gonna be crunchy, and then if I'm somewhere with good tacos, like it's gonna be the.
But they also need to have a good hot sauce. There's a place out here, I think it's called Henry's, and they have awesome cheap shell tacos and a really good sauce. But they're cash only, so I don't go there a lot. That was
all right. Pau Defini, I believe, asks, has having the channel changed your relationship as friends?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I would have killed him a long time ago if he wasn't making me money. Were you going to say something similar? Were you expecting me?
I just was expecting. Well, we've been trying to make it work for a while. So just the fact that this was successful.
I was like, the relationship or the
capitalizing on our relationship.
On our dynamic somehow. Yeah, I think so.
We've been trying for that for a while. I think I have softened. Working opposite of you has made me a lot more palatable. For even myself, I'll listen to myself sometimes when I'm editing and I just go,
shut up.
I think it's so important to rant about. And then I hear it and I go, oh, just be quiet, Rizzo. So, but friendship wise, we've also just learned how to communicate way better.
Yeah, I think having the channel has forced us to have to maintain the friendship a much closer, because if we're annoyed with each other, we can't just go, okay, I'm not gonna talk to him for a few days, or I'm gonna disappear for a little while and hang out with another group of friends. It's like, nah, you kind of gotta keep texting throughout the week and be like, what are we working on? What's this? What's that? And then you gotta figure out money, and you gotta figure out what day can we film. So it's like you're in constant contact, so you kind of have to hash out any disagreements.
Yeah.
So it has made me be a lot more direct with certain things, and I think it's made us, since our personalities are very opposite on a base level, outside of like laughing and joking, like the base level stuff is very different. So we've had to kind of learn how to maneuver that, because you come off as the very rigid, like, and I come off like, whatever, but I can be very like, too.
Yeah.
But when we're like that in different ways, it's like we
butt heads.
We butt heads, and we have to address those things, and we've both softened. Just having your different perspective about things has definitely made me realize I don't always have the only perspective on things. And just being open to other people's perspectives.
I think I've also been very open in general all my life, but there's a difference between being open and actually changing. And if I'm being very honest, the amount of queer culture that you have opened me up to has made me not an asshole straight man. Let's just put it that way. I try really hard to be a good person, but at the end, and I'm saying I wasn't like throwing slurs around. I just mean just how abrasively ignorant I could have been. I'm not anymore, and that's still constantly changing. We recently reacted to Nimona, and we had very differing takes on it. And while we both stand by how we felt about it while still enjoying it, I think my biggest takeaway from that was learning that a lot of what I say that you can interpret as well-meaning doesn't interpret over the internet.
Also, I look at movies a lot differently now.
You notice things now?
I notice story arcs and writing things and that kind of stuff. And sometimes I'll hear scores and I'll be like, oh, that reminds me of this one. And because I've done that so many times with you, and you'll be like, oh, it might be that person. And there's been times that you pull it up and you're like, yeah, it's that person. And I'm like, oh, if I hear something that sounds familiar, maybe it's that person. And sometimes I'll even look it up. I used to not know directors. I used to not notice scores at all. I didn't know actor names. I mean, like I knew like big people, but like even like the kind of just the normal people that you see a decent amount that you don't like, that aren't a household name yet, I would just call them whatever character name I saw them as last.
Quick, who's the bald guy from Freaky Friday that calls her a liar? What's the actor's name?
I don't know.
Willie Garrison. Come on, Benji.
That's
that I just that I only just now learned that. I learned that name within the last month because he kept showing up and stuff. I was like, I need to know this guy's name.
See, and I don't do that. But I learned through people like using the names around me over and over again. And since I've been around you and your sister, and you guys immediately learn somebody's names as soon as they do something that you like, and y'all are like, okay, this person. I'm like, who? And then after looking it up like 6 or 7 times with you guys talking about them, then I'll know that person. Like I probably wouldn't have known Iowa Debris' name for a while.
Yeah, I've known her since Big Mouth.
This is from Ashley Ladarante. I think that's it. I would say that your Bridgerton reactions got you your big break. What was it about Bridgerton that drew you for the reaction? Because it did.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Regency era person, but again, it's more about execution for me. And that's the case with a lot of things. Like, I'm not a big Western fan unless it's executed well. I'm not a big Regency fan unless it's executed well. And I think it was just simply Gossip Girl and Regency era, and I said, bet. Sounds interesting.
Exactly. And basically same. I already was into period and Regency era things. And then obviously when I saw a black male lead, I was like, sold.
Yeah.
Done. Watching that.
Yeah.
Put it on the list. Save it.
It just felt so naturally like both of us. And at the time when we were trying to figure out what this channel would be, it made so much sense. It was just one of those things where we both kind of went, Bridgerton.
I was like, Bridgerton, yeah.
No
okay,
conversation.
good.
And we run into that issue a lot because trying to figure out the algorithm, trying to figure out what will or will not blow up on this this channel.
Y'all want to see versus what we want to watch.
Like I said in the intro, our Northern Star is we like watching movies and we like people, we like each other. So if we're ever confused about something, we just try to stick to what we enjoy. And I think that's something that we're going to try to stick with, again, to the end of time, because that has done more for us than us trying to chase clout, than us trying to chase a trend.
Yeah.
It's been better for us to just go, this is what we would watch.
And that's why, for some reason, the Cat in the Hat randomly got 100,000. I think it's at 250 or something like that now.
That.
You were like, I love that movie. And I was like, I have grown to love it because apparently everyone around me is obsessed with it. My little brother loved it. You thought you hated it until we watched it together. And I was like, you laughed through that entire movie. You're obsessed with it. You were like, am I? And it's like, yes.
Am I the drama?
Am I the drama? But it's like, you don't get those kind of things if you're not just being like genuine to yourself.
Yeah.
So.
And that basically is to answer a question that was from Hanifa Ahmed. That was seconded by Kelly and Jan Shively, which is, when you say some films are not suited for the channel, what do you mean by that? Like you mentioned, The Green Knight wouldn't do well. It's just algorithm.
It's just, what do we think that A, we enjoy, B, that most of you would enjoy.
Yeah.
I think any movie we put on here, some section of the audience will enjoy, but it's like, is it interesting enough for most people? It's like a movie night where you want to play something that you like, and we have the remote, but also we're not just going to put on something that we like that only 3 other people in the room like.
That's a great analogy. We have the remote. We're going to pick what we're watching.
Period.
But we want as many people as we can get to enjoy it with us. So
I love that.
Look at that. That's just... Ow. Ooh.
No, okay. Let's just...
Come on.
Okay.
Look at the elbow. Look at your elbow. Why does that work every time?
I hate it.
Let's see what else. Okay. Livy Ray asks, congrats on 100K. You deserve it. Thank you. I can't get through any of your videos without laughing.
Are you okay? Go to the doctor.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's at least one laughable moment in everything.
Continue.
What is your favorite thing about each other and the thing that annoys you most about each other?
I love Benji's enthusiasm.
Interesting.
I hate where that enthusiasm can come from sometimes, which is
naivete.
Just not even naive. I don't want to say naive. It's the switch that you have in your brain that you actively switch sometimes, where you will just enjoy or just...
Oh, I was like, I need an example.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but...
Where I can watch something that's very much trash or not very good.
I don't know. It's just, you have a switch. If you've made up your mind about something, you're just kind of like...
If I decided I like it, I don't care about anything else. I will watch it.
I both admire and it drives me crazy.
That's funny. I really... No, I just don't like you that much.
Asshole.
I wasn't ready for this one. I hadn't thought about anything yet.
Think about what you like about me? Jeez.
You're really funny and you're fun to talk to. You're fun to hang out with. I'm trying to think. I just enjoy your personality. I enjoy the combination of maturity and immaturity that
know
you
what you're talking
tend
about.
to balance very well. You're somewhere between a 32-year-old man and a 12-year-old boy in such a nice, sweet way. And you're hard on yourself sometimes because you're like, I don't feel like I'm as adulty of an adult as I should be right now. And I'm like, hey, none of us are. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's funny you said that because Mel says, thanks for what you do. I absolutely love your reactions. I like most that you keep your jokes classy, even when reviewing more adult-oriented content. I've stopped watching other channels when they take the low road. Keep being awesome.
Aw.
And I feel, I think we both strike a great balance of, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I feel like classy is classy in the fact that we don't make fun of people specifically, but we will make some stupid jokes that that are like maybe not classy, maybe a little crass at times, but I don't think it's ever deprecating to people specifically.
No,
and not intentionally
even to us.
ever. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I didn't say what I didn't like about you though.
Oh, that interrupts.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I guess.
I was still just gonna say, you could text a little more. You could respond a little faster. That's all the way from what, 3-4 years ago? You texting me right now? You got to respond to the memes faster. That's what it is.
I will respond to the memes.
I need you to respond to memes faster.
Oh my
I think
God,
that's
not
it.
the faster part. This is from Jem Perrin. Who is your Bridgerton babe? Fave and least fave Twilight character. Did you go to the Eras tour?
I didn't get to go to Eras tour.
Neither of us did.
I did dress up to do the AMC movie of it though, and that was fun.
Who's your Bridgerton babe?
Obviously Benedict.
Okay, for me, who have I said is the hottest on that show? Marina?
That you like the most? I think you love Kate or Edwina.
Yeah, those three. Marina, Kate, or Edwina.
Yeah.
All right, and then favorite Twilight character?
Favorite?
I'm actually interested because I feel like mine's obvious.
Who's yours? Oh.
Come on.
Charlie.
Yeah, it's Charlie. It's Charlie. But I'm curious as to who your favorite is.
Papa Charles.
Because you do love the movies more than me, but I don't know if you love the characters.
I'm like, do I have a specific favorite?
Do you actually like Edward?
I like that Edward is a vampire. I like that Jacob has abs. I like that Bella is the stand-in for the me character that's being fought over.
Yeah.
I think I just see myself in the world. It's not that any of the characters are specifically like, oh yeah, aspirational to me.
Oh my God. Answer the question, Benji.
But do I have an answer?
Oh
is the
my
question.
God. Okay, I'll answer. No, he hasn't even answered one of his.
Oh, do you have it? What's?
Well, I was gonna say my least favorite, but you haven't even answered
least
either.
favorite. Ooh.
Oh my God! We're at the timer.
I don't know what to do. I don't know.
All right. Well, my least favorite is a toss-up between Jasper and Jacob. Jasper, in theory,
because he was a Confederate.
because he was a Confederate, and also I just don't like his vibe. He annoys me. But in execution, Jacob, because Jesus Christ, shut up. Stop being annoying. Don't be a pick-me. Calm yourself down. And stop bonding with children. Anyway.
I don't know. It's like picking a favorite child and a least favorite child. I love and hate them all in their own ways. Favorite
Such a
Bella,
nod.
least favorite. Least favorite is what's it called? It's not Marina, is it? Irina.
Okay, and this is the last one. This is from Morsi Delamini.
Delongpre. Oh.
Delamini. I've been following you guys since I was like 17, and I've always felt represented in a way you guys react with, like the editing and even the jokes / opinions. It always felt so light and fun, and I've been commenting more so you people can come across you guys, because YouTube really isn't trying to be your friend, but you guys always have been faithful to us YouTube pop stars and carried on posting. Heart emoji. So I just wanted to ask, what advice would you give me as a young black woman in South Africa who's also got ADHD and maybe autistic that wants to start a reaction channel similar to you guys? Because I find myself not knowing where to start, and I look up to both of you. XOXO Morsi.
Gossip girl. ADHD hack, accountability buddy. Accountability buddy.
Accountability buddy. That's a big one. My ADHD rears its head in perfectionism.
And mine rears its head in procrastination. So he makes me get started, and I make him keep going.
First off, if you have a second job, stick with that, but shave off time to do things here and there. This is going to take a while, but if you're consistent at it, and if you have something that's genuine, I do believe you can make it. And if you're not making it, then you can continue to reach out and connect with other people and find new ways of making it work. I hadn't made it work on my own. Benji really hadn't made it work on his own, and we found each other. So in a way, you could look at our story as very privileged, but also the privilege started from friendship. So it's always being open to noticing what is or isn't working.
Yeah.
And using that as a stepping stone. And then, I mean, I stand by what we said at the beginning. We just do what we love. We have found a niche with people, and especially if you're autistic, if you have like hyper focuses that you love, you can find
ADHD.
Well, she said, and a little autistic.
Oh, okay.
But you can always find an audience for whatever weird little niche thing you love and are obsessed with.
Yeah.
I like too many things, but I've always thought that it'd be great if I was like hyper focused on Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, I'd have done a Pirates YouTube channel.
It just deep dive everything in the lore.
There are people who do that. There's a guy I follow who does Planet of the Apes. There was an old YouTuber that did Jurassic Park stuff. Like, you can make an audience for yourself by focusing on the niche that you love.
Yeah.
If it's genuine, if it's enthusiastic, and if you're always open to learning, I think you can go far. Also, thank you so much.
Thank you. And I think even if it's not a situation where you're like, oh, I have access to somebody who is as serious to sit down and make this happen, as long as you're serious and be kind and forgiving to yourself, because it is a learning process. It is that YouTube tries to knock it out sometimes. Like, the copyrights are difficult, but really just knowing that you're just going to keep pushing and keep going. And if scheduling helps you, schedule yourself and be like, okay, from these times I'm going to film, these times I'm going to edit.
And also, this is a very fluffy answer. Please feel free to shoot us a DM on Instagram.
Yeah.
I can always just message like what camera we use and all the little stuff. Eventually we'll be getting asked too much, and I won't do that. But for now,
we got it. And if you already did message and we missed it, sorry, send another message.
And we'll get back to you.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Well, that's it, Benji. I think we did a good Q&A.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say to the pop stars before we sign out?
No, just thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
We really do enjoy you all. And we wanted to do a live event for 100K. And
we're still going to.
Yeah, a lot of stuff kind of got in the way and things were happening, but we do want to do something live where we can meet you all at some point, because I feel like our audience is great. Y'all are all really fun, great people, very genuine. So thank you, and we look forward to doing something where we get to meet you all sometime.
And if you meet us in person, tell us your handle.
Tell us your handle and give us your little profile picture so that
we've met a few of you in real life where you said your names and we went, oh,
like, oh, great to meet you.
And then you said the handle. And we went, holy shit!
I know you. Yeah, I felt bad.
Also, Benji, did you have a question for the audience?
One question for you all. We obviously are going to continue to make reaction videos to movies and TV shows.
Yep.
But if we decided to branch out and do other things, what would you all enjoy watching us do? What would make you tune in to watch? What would you like to join us for?
He means anything.
Anything, not just
just
reactions.
movie stuff.
Yeah, podcast, making a movie, doing challenge videos, like anything. Just what would y'all want to see?
We look forward to seeing your thoughts, and until next time, I'm Rizzo.
I'm Benji.
Sweet dreams, pop stars.
Keep watching.
And thank you for 100K.
Both of us missing it.
Whatever. Bye.
Bye.
You ready, Benji?
I think so. I'm not ready.
Okay, we're gonna do it together though.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Engage. Look at that.
Wow.
The Pink Popcast 100,000 presented. That's awesome.
Wow.
Cool.
Remove its condom.
We haven't. She's getting pregnant.
Wow. Okay, how the hell am I supposed to hold this?
I think.
There we go.
Okay.
That's good enough. Woo!
Look at
Hold
that.
On
I agree.
Patreon, and I'm not trying to tease y'all, eventually we might bring it over if I have the time and energy to edit it. But on Patreon, I got high and we watched Ginny and Georgia, and trying to figure out those kids' school
Class schedules.
Yeah.
You were so bothered by that.
But it's the type of thing no one really thinks
Yeah.
about. You just, characters will sit, talk, another character will join, and then one character just arbitrarily goes, I gotta go to class, and you don't think anything of it. But when you're high and you're watching that back to back to back, you start to wonder, what the classes are you going to? And why is no one ever in the same class ever? And what are you doing out in the hallway?
I don't ever think of that, and you always comment on it anytime we watch something with a high schooler. But you were high, and you were going so much more into like, no, this is not okay. And I was like, oh, okay. No,
Okay.
I do love the Cinderella one, just off the top of my head.
The one-
more
the-
recent.
yeah, that was
the
a cute
Lily
one.
Collins. I really liked your. I lost my butt back there. Don't worry, I'll grow another one. The amount of times that I put that back because I could so see you as that lizard with like your eyes going the wrong ways and like the it was good.